52. Paul is often considered one of the most important people in Christianity. He's responsible for writing over half of the New Testament, bringing the gospel to the Gentiles and working many notable miracles. When it comes to Paul describing his own credentials, he says, "As for zeal," meaning as for my passion, I persecuted the church. So before Paul became a Christian, he attacked Christians. He's responsible for the death of Stephen. He held the coats of the people who stoned Stephen to death. So you can understand this must make it hard for the disciples to accept Paul into the family. This would make it very difficult for anyone who knew and loved Stephen to accept or read any of the books that Paul wrote. This is such a tough thing. So we must ask, wouldn't Paul be ashamed to mention his zeal, his passion for persecuting the church? Wouldn't this be an embarrassment on behalf of Paul? But Paul answers this mystery for us. In Romans chapter 8, verse 1, he tells us, "There is therefore now no condemnation to those in Christ Jesus that walk according to the Spirit and not after the flesh." Meaning that those things we'd rather keep in our closet, the things that embarrass us or shame us, when we walk in the Spirit, when we walk after God, there is no shame, there is no condemnation for the things we've been through. Because to walk in the Spirit means you don't simply live life as if your traumas never happened. And you see, when we do things like fast and pray, our hurts and our traumas will come up. And the enemy wants nothing more than for us to feel shame, guilt, and condemnation, to keep our skeletons in the closet. But you see, walking in the Spirit means facing those traumas, facing those hurts, giving them to God in a way where we can bring about a resolution, where we can bring closure. How do you know when you get there? When someone mentions what you've been through, does it still hurt you? If it doesn't, that's a clear sign you're over it. That's why Paul can say, "As for me being a passionate person," found in Philippians chapter 3, "Hey, I persecuted the church. There was no greater passion than what I had." But it's no longer a stain in Paul's life because he brought closure to that situation. So ask yourself, Group 52, does it hurt when someone identifies you by something you used to go through? Yes, you are no longer that. Does the trauma still bother you? Is there anything that keeps you up at night? Are there any memories you haven't given over to God because it's too painful when you remember them? It's important for us to fast and pray and self-examine. And when we do, don't just notice the problems that are there. Bring closure through the grace, power, and love of Jesus Christ. Thank you, Group 52, and have the best week of your life.